All right, everybody. Yeah. Anyways, so what's up? It's G here. I'm gonna make some music. I make like dub techno, tech house, and things like that. If you want to see me try to do a specific thing other than what I just feel like doing on the day, which more than likely will be like my version of dub techno, make sure you tell me in the comments. And if you enjoy what I'm doing, make sure you like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that. Links are all over the place. If you're feeling really generous and want to help make this channel better, you can always donate or tip me or whatever you want to do, or just buy stuff off my Amazon list. That helps too. That way you know it's going directly to the channel and I'm not paying like my car bill with it. Whatever. That's cool. Anyways, we're going to start a new track here. So I'm going to hit my little timer over here. I'm going to hit start. So I hit start. I'm going to try to play around for an hour. We'll see what comes of it, and then it's just going to go up on YouTube. Maybe some post-editing, intro or something. I don't know. We will see, but I need to start with something, and right now I don't have anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some sort of kick, and I'm going to use some samples that I have, because that's what I do. Anyways, instruments, and I'm going to put in a sampler because that's why. I don't care what you think I should use. Well, I do. If you want to see me use something or talk about something, I will do that. But right now, that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to go down to our sample phonics. 909. And I'm just going to grab the samples. We're going to go clean because it's going to run through a tube at some point anyways. Let's find the one I want. I like this one right here. This is A1. I want these. Yeah, A2, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Okay. I like this one. So I'm using my keyboard, my computer keyboard, as a keyboard to do this. And all you have to do is, that's the middle row. So A through like L. Okay. I'm not even on the thing. Yeah, A through L. You can change octaves by hitting Z or X. So and if you go in here, it tells you you can see what octave you're on. So I'm just going to do a 4/4 beat, and I'm going to be lazy about it. People will go all the way across here. I don't, because I try to record this stuff. Like what I do when I'm working on music is I'll build it up here in Ableton. And what is this called? This is I can't remember what this is. This is session view. Yeah, arrangement view. So I build everything in a session view, and then I will hook up some MIDI controllers or something, map some stuff to different parameters, then I hit play, as you can see in some of my other videos, and then that's how the song gets laid out. I don't manually arrange it because I found that can be a very big block for me. So doing it this way actually makes things better for me, and I should be recording this, but I'm not, so this is going to be a really shitty video. Sorry, the audio quality probably won't be the best because I'm not actually recording my microphone separately from the stream video that I'm recording, so sorry. But anyway, yeah, back to the kick. I'm lazy about it, and I just go like that. No need to go all the way across because that just takes time and makes it less inspiring for me, because then I just go. Obviously I did that wrong. It should be there. I'm bringing out a little there from a little more decay. So here we go. There we go. That's appropriate. Let me bring this down. Now normally people like, you shouldn't use a limiter on the end or anything like that. But I do for outside reasons. One, it kind of gives me an idea of what it's going to sound like when it's kind of finished and mastered. And two, and then I also have it going out to an external compressor, which if I get my other webcam hooked up in here, you'll be able to see it, but it's like right over here. I can probably show you. It's that guy there. And I do that because I actually like the tube that it does. It adds a nice crunchiness. Right now it's not really crunching it a whole lot, but when I bounce the pre-master out, I will drive the tubes in that compressor a little bit, and it adds does a good job of gluing everything together, I think. I don't know. You tell me. If you think my music sucks, you can just tell me. I think I hear my daughter coming. Yep, she's back there behind me. You can kind of see her. Can you say hi, Munchkin? To the people on the internet? I'm recording right now, so you're live on the internet. So, anyways. So I got a kick going. Now I think it's time to get a synth going. What?
It's like a new pit.
You what?
It's like a new pit.
Okay, go find whatever you're trying to find. Kids, man. This is why I don't do as much on the internet as I should, because of I'm always watching my children. Well, my 2 dogs and her. But, okay, we're going to do another sampler. No, where? Instruments. There we go, sampler. And I'm going to use some waveforms that I have. Hopefully they show up in this list. Let's see. Sample. Where's link? Link. You know, see that trap one down there? That's right. I have trap samples. Because don't hate music. All music's good. It may not be your style of music, and you may not enjoy it, but all music is good. So, link, blah, blah, blah. Wave table. And we want a saw. So this right here. That saw is from the Roland 512 module. I have a friend who has one, and he was kindly enough to sample the saw wave for me. So I am going to go with that. I have some other samples that I need to put in here. I have some from like an MS-20 and other things like that. So you're like, I just have some samples. How can I make some tracks? Well, how can just this turn into some? Well, we're going to put it down here. Right, and then we're going to go down to my racks. I highly recommend making Ableton racks to speed things up. Now, what is an Ableton rack, you may ask? Well, an Ableton rack is something like dub filter G minor, something like this. So this is an Ableton rack, and what is in here is my more efficient way of doing things, or lazy as some other people call it. But it's an instant G minor chord. Or C minor or whatever. Basically, if you wanted to do this, what you do is, say you wanted an effects rack. You wanted some EQ in there, maybe a compressor, and then maybe you want to drive it out the end to warm it up so you can put a dynamic tube. All these here, but you want to save it as a single preset, so you can just pull it back. Like you have a specific setting that you like, and you want to be like, I just want to pull it and drag it. I don't have to rebuild it every single time. So in Ableton, you would highlight all of them, you right-click, and you click Group, and that creates a rack. And what's nice about it is you have these macros here. I wish you could have more than 8. There's ways to kind of trick it, but I wish you could have more than 8. I would like maybe 12 to 16. But whatever, 8's fine. I make it work. And then you can map these to different parameters. Anything in green you can map to one of these buttons, and you can map multiple things to these buttons. So if you want 3 things to change at once, you can do that. So let's say if I wanted to do frequency, map to 1, and then dry wet, I want that map to 1, the compressor, and then I wanted the drive mapped. So what that does is that basically once it's mapped, it turns everything all the way down, right? But say you only wanted it a little bit or change it a little bit. So you would go up here to map, and then here is where you change your min and max values. So I only want the filter to the lowest to come here. And I want the dry wet compressor to come all the way down, but I only want the drive on the tube to only go to 3.75. So and you just hit map again here, and then if you look, these move accordingly. So that's a quick, dirty tutorial on Ableton Racks. If you want more detail, leave a comment, like the video, subscribe, and tell me that you want more detail, and I will do it when I can find the time. But I'll try to do it as quick as I can. Anyways, you just got a kick going this whole time. It's got to be fucking annoying. Oh, I just swore, sorry. So we're going to put some notes in here. We're going to have to do some tweaking to it, but that's going to be. So we're going to go. you got to think out, because the type of music I'm making tends to have 2 or 3 different sounds kind of bouncing off each other. So you got to make sure you leave that space. But it's good to plan around other stuff. I'm going to put this over here like this. This is going to be a real spacey one, probably. And it's just going to be these 2 notes. But what I want to do to make it more interesting is turn snap on, bring you up a little bit. Snap just makes sure that it you get the cut of the waveform correctly. And we're going to want to loop, so this is loop mode. Basically what this is doing is simulating the actual oscillation of like a saw oscillator. Turn snap mode off for that. That sounds like shit. Probably have to make this a little bigger. There we go. So that way it's gonna be similar to, I don't even know sound noise that even on. It will kind of emulate the oscillation of of an oscillator on an analog synth. See how it just keeps going like that? Sorry, wow, it's loud and annoying, isn't it? But alright. But anyways, an oscillator on an analog synth, it goes like this. It doesn't stop. Like you hold the key, it goes. Now digital synths have a lot of re-trigger on them, so that you hit it and it'll stop. Where some analog synths, it's always going. This is trying to emulate. So, okay, we got that going. Now we need to dubify it a little bit, so we're gonna bring this a little bit of resonance, maybe 20% resonance. Okay, no, I want 20%, damn it. Okay, 20, and then we're gonna go 12 because I like 12 or 2-pole, sometimes a little more than 4-pole. We're going to model the MS-20 filter because I like that filter a lot. And I think it sounds pretty good on this. We're going to push, you can kind of hear it a little bit. And we're going to push the filter envelope mount all the way up. And now you got kind of a pluck going. And that kind of gives it that dub techno kind of sound. It's like instant dub techno right there. Then I have a rack that makes it even more like, just like, where's it at? G minor X chain, wavetable, dub filter, dub chord, FX rack. Is this the one? Yep. Instant dub techno, right there. It's kind of what my sounds evolved into a little bit. sometimes I do this, where I just use the decay to make my life easier. I'm going to put it in a rack, I showed you earlier. And we're just going to map the decay into here. Sometimes what I do when I'm making dub techno is I won't have any envelope on it, right? And then what I do is frequency. I just shelf it a little bit. Maybe at like the 3K mark, and then I have this do it. So you get a different tone, like a way different tone. And that's okay, like, that's part of making music, is you want to just experiment. I mean, that's what I do most of the time, is I just experiment, because why not? You know, YOLO and things. Anyways, what are we doing on time? We're probably wasting a bunch of time here. It's only been 15 minutes. But that's alright. We're gangsters like that. Now you may be like, hey, looks like you have some hardware. Why are you using software? Well, because it's easier to do YouTube videos with software when you only have one working webcam at the moment. So, I don't know. I'm not sure which way I want to go with this. I'm kind of liking this, actually. This is going to kind of maybe be a lead. Bring it down to the mix there a little bit. What I have on here is I have an EQ3 from Waves. I love this EQ. Love it. And I use it as like a coloring effect tool. Do some boosts and cuts and things like that, but all it's doing is I'm using it to cut the low past at like 160. So that way there's just no low end coming in, and it's got like a real gentle roll off I found on this thing, so 160 really works for getting out the lower frequencies, and that's all it's doing. Sometimes I may boost or cut the volume with it depending on how loud it is. And then this is doing some tube saturation. Well, actually, Digi, I think, is tape or like desk, maybe. I don't know what it does. So, and then Ableton's auto filter. Now, this isn't the one that comes in since they've updated the filter. This is the original filter from pre-update, like 5 or 6, because I think the bandpass is better on it. Now, you can be like, why aren't you using Fab Filter or something like that? Because I don't have it. I don't. Again, support the channel. I can get stuff like that. You can see me use it, but I don't have it, so this is what I use. And I like the way it sounds. Just because someone says something's better doesn't mean I have to use it, right? So, and then this is an Ableton Rack just because Waves plugins are a pain to find sometimes, so I have this in the presets over here. We got H delay here, which is, again, it's a nice tape analog style delay unit. I like it. So the analog feature is fun. It basically adds noise into it. If you want something scratchy, you can go like this. Or it just adds different noise harmonics to it. I have it off because I want it to be smooth. But it's just doing a dotted 8 or 3/16 delay. It's also a dotted 8. And it's half wet. 60 on this goes up to 200, but basically that's about 45%. dub techno reverb. Sometimes I use an echo mode, sometimes I use a high quality mode. Just depends on how gritty I want the sound. That's really what it is. So anyways, obviously this controls the cutoff, this macro here. And then sometimes I manually adjust these here, the input processing, like the low, high cut, and then the diffusion network. But for the most part, this is kind of set where my sweet spot where I like it for just about everything. Now you see this noise, distortion, color, and amount. The noise actually is the bit rate of it. So I have a redux in here in bit reduction mode. Set at 9 bits. You can go up to 16, which is super clear. Or you can go down here. What this does is it degrades the sound and adds some noise on top of it. Digital noise, but noise. So it's kind of like tape noise a little bit. It's not exactly tape noise, but it's a nice soft digital noise that I like. And I usually run anywhere between 8 and 12. I'll probably keep it at 12 bits for this, because that's kind of what I'm feeling. And then distortion, color, and amount is actually erosion in white noise mode, which again is just adding some noise to it. And this is just the frequency range is playing with it. So sometimes I want to dirty up my sound, add a little bit of something there. That's what I use this for. So yeah, that's kind of why that's there, and that's why it's like that. And all that fun stuff. I say all that fun stuff a lot because I don't know how to end the sentence. That's really what it is. So yeah, there's that sound. I think we need another one, then we need to put a bass line in here. Now my bass lines are kind of boring for the most part, by most people's standards, and it's just usually a sub bass, like an 808 bass line kick that I turn into a bass, or just a sine wave bass, or something like that I use just to kind of play between the synths, like these dub stabs, because this type of music that I'm making, when I make it, I don't want a crazy bass line. The bass is just to add low end in between the kick and the stabs, and the chords. That's all I do, but I'm going to get another one of these in here. And the way I do it, rather than recreating stuff all the time, is I like to be efficient with things. So sometimes I'll duplicate this, which I'm going to do with this, but I'm going to change it slightly. So we're going to duplicate this, right? But we're going to shorten up the hits. We're going to shift them. This one here. Maybe go up an octave. Add this guy in here, so it's kind of like a 2 oscillator, right? So we're gonna loop it. And we gotta turn the recorder mode on for this, so that way when I hit the keyboard, it plays the MIDI notes. Sure I'm in the right. bring this up an octave, so that's 12 steps. Yeah, for me, it does it for both of them. So the way to do it for just the sample. Let me do it here. Alright, best. Damn it. I'm looking like an idiot, but I thought there was a way I could. I could probably. That's not gonna work. Damn it. Well, I guess I'm just looking like an idiot now because I can't find what I want to do. Because I want to bring that up an octave, but I can't because this pitch group is global. I guess I'll just. Not that much. This one we're going to make real plucky. And I want the filter to kind of move around a little bit, so we're going to add an LFO here. Do sine, we're going to assign it to filter 1. I don't want to do that much. Attack on it, so it takes a little bit to kick in. See, I'm already starting to get that spacey, like I want to cry feeling. That's how I know I've got something good here. I don't think I'm going to finish this in this video because obviously sound design takes a while. So we need a third one. For the third one, we're going to do something different, maybe. Maybe I will just go pull something, a different sound from something else. I'm just going to grab a stab from someone else. Do we have any G minor stabs? C minor will work with G minor. You may have to tweak it a little bit, but... See, I'm not against using samples for things. People are like, oh, if you didn't make it all yourself, you suck. Well, you can use samples as long as you make the sample your own. Don't like any of those. We got C minor. Kind of like that, so we'll go back to instruments here and put another sampler in. Then we'll go back to here. So I want this to be at the end. So I'm gonna go like this. And see how this sounds vanilla. Ableton's. It's like adding kind of tape emulation, saturation envelope. That's inside. Let's make it tape saturation. Just moving the filter slightly so it's getting a little bit of a bit there. And then maybe we'll add some we're going to do ramp up or saw up. There we go, just a little bit of like little pitch bendy bits in there, but it's good. It sounds good. I like it. Okay. Before we make it a little more interesting, get the bass line in here. Let me put a sample here again. Put a hi-hat in here. Just see if I got any. I'm slowly trying to make a sample pack, so if you want that, a sample pack again, like me to release one, let me know in the comments, liking the video, sharing, subscribing, and tell me I'm awesome, telling me I'm horrible, and I do everything wrong, whatever you want to do, I don't care, just do something. I want to do a sample pack, but I don't have the motivation other than it'd be cool to have one. So if people tell me, hey, I really like the stuff you do, I like your sounds, please make me a sample pack, I'll do that. And maybe if I can reach 500 subscribers, I'll give away the sample pack as I have it now to a lucky winner. Random person, just like and subscribe videos and whatnot. If I reach 1,000, say by the end of the year, if I can reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I see that trend going that way, I will give away 5 people. I'll give 5 people what I have so far. And then if I hit that 1,000 by the end of the year, I know, hey, people want this, and I will make a real one. These V closed hats are from my vocal beats. Baseline put in this before I did this video, so what's going to be real funny is I'm going to get all this done and then I'm going to realize I don't have any recording the audio or some stupid thing like that. I'm just going to be crappy because I didn't hit record on my recorder here. You see I don't have a real microphone. I use my Tascam D40 because, again, I have adulting life that I do outside of this. And my head's too loud. We need EQ. So again, if you want better microphones and stuff like that, best way to do that is like and subscribe and comment and tell me that you want better stuff. And then if I reach a certain point of people doing that, then I will invest myself. Or you can help support the channel by showing money by PayPal or tipping or donating. Links are in the comments and or you find it on my Twitch or whatever. So that really helps a lot too. Or go down to Amazon, just buy my phone on Amazon list. Again, but you know, I bought this microphone. I know he's going to use this microphone. He's not going to go pay his car rental to buy beer or some stupid thing that they're not going to give you. That's the best way. You tweak it from there. So you can make all your changes, blah 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 blah, and you can right click on it and go save as default preset. And so what that will do is save whatever your settings are as the default load-in preset. So every time you load that plugin in Ableton, and this is for Ableton specific voices, it will always be like that. Always make sure you turn high quality mode on where you can maybe call it over sampling, call it high quality. This doesn't have anything. But interpolling is kind of high quality. I tend to leave it on normal because I like a little bit of artifacts and digital mass and animations. So. But anyways, okay, so there's a hi-hat there. Let's get a bass line going. And for that, we're gonna again use another sampler because I have analog samples I like using. So instruments, sampling. Once I get the bass line going, I'm gonna do some tightening and name these things so I know what they are. Because like instrument 3, instrument, what the hell? I have to solo that and I don't know what it is, so we'll name stuff to tighten it up. So these are made with the Volca bass. Not liking those, so let me go down to wavetable. Got a sine wave in here somewhere. Triangle. It's got a little buzz on it, but if I filter it off, again, sample, we're going to loop it, and we're just gonna right there is what I want. And then what we'll do is we're going to can't even hear it. It's so quiet. So what we want, we don't want it on the kick. We can like here. Here and something like, make sure we're in G minor on here though. We're going to go plugins, MIDI effects. That's what we want, MIDI effects, and we want to go with scale, C minor scale. We'll just change it to G minor. Let's solo a kick in here. have a hard time trying to figure this out. Like, I want the bass to be groovy. But I don't want it to be like too bouncy for something like this. I just want like a lot of times what I do is I know what it's gonna sound like at like at a lower pitch, like how it's gonna like just gel it in. So what I'll do a lot of times is I put it at a higher pitch so I can hear it easier. Because really the bass, I just want them just to kiss. Like if I can, on my monitors, if I can just feel their presence in my monitors, I know they're good. But I can't hear like how it's gluing together very well when I'm first starting out. So what I do is I like to have a long one, so. I just can't get that groove This is going to get ducked by the kick right here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend it out actually to about here. Starting something here, and then we'll improv it out later, but this is all just in the box kind of stuff. But I'll hook up a MIDI controller or something like that that I have. We'll see what I'll do, and hopefully we'll continue this. We need a name for this track. But let's name it. So yeah, naming. Make sure you name stuff. It's important. It's G-Talk. It's important. So it makes it easier when you're working with other people. It makes it easier when you come back. You know what the stuff is. You know what to like dubstep one. Dubstep. Now you can say chord stab or whatever. I just say dubstep because I like the word dub. Because, you know, wubs and whatnot. I'm going to call this dub chord 1. And I always add a 1 and everything just because, you know, I might have another one at some point. I'm going to call this pad hit 1. That's kind of what it is. And then we're going to call this bass line. It says Volca hat, so I'm just going to leave that like that. Bass. 1. I know that's a hat because it says hat right there. So, I think that's good. Now I just need to come up with a name for it. And that's the I'm trying to give them some sort of meaning, or not like floppy shoes 1, or like I have one called Coffee Black, but I'm drinking coffee right now. I tried to listen to a track for a little bit to see if it speaks to me or not, or what it says to me when it speaks to me. So, around in here, you can kind of see behind me sometimes. That over there. It's crazy. Dogs every time, so they're good people to have. But it needs a name. It needs a name. I always do collect all and save because that way it saves all the samples in a like neat package folder. It makes the shit a lot bigger, but everything's in one spot. Okay. Unreleased. Touring, because that is my dub name. Dub Techno name is. Let's see. I'm gonna call it Gray. It kind of popped in my head, but I'm gonna call it Gray. This is the hardest part, really, is naming a track. As opposed to like, what would be a fun name because it makes no sense. So I don't really have control of stuff. Alright, well, that's it for this video, and I know we didn't really get a whole lot done because it was only just a little bit, and I did a lot of explaining of stuff, but I'm trying to help people out, I guess. That's why I'm explaining stuff, so it takes a little longer. Plus, I'm not in a rush, you know? Music isn't about, like, I can crank out a track in 2 hours. Good for you, bruh. Like, cool. I like to experience my track and really fall in love with it and take my time with them. Because really the arranging part's going to be the quickest part. Like, I'm just going to, like, hit record, hit spacebar, and then just turn some knobs for a while. So that's how that runs. But, so we got this name. Anyway, so, again, I've been G. I produce under a couple different names. Link, L-I-N-G-K, and Touring, as you just saw. Different styles. So, just, I keep them separated because that's what I do. That's how I am. I don't know. It's a weird thing. But if you like this video, make sure you like on it. Tell me that you liked it in the comments because that'd be awesome. And subscribe if you're not already subscribing, and follow me on Twitter and SoundCloud and Facebook and whatnot. And I'm pretty good at interacting with you, so if you message me, I'll probably message you back. It may not be right away because life, but I will at some point. Unless you're watching this and I'm super Deadmau5 famous, ha ha ha, then it might not happen. But I doubt you'll be watching this and I'll be super Deadmau5 famous. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me in the comments what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. And tell me what you want to see next, or what you would like me to do, or how you think I could improve everything. Thanks for watching. Bye.